Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Sabrul Karim alias. So in this video, I want to continue from the first video in the series of ChatGPT, how we can use ChatGPT as our partner in partner in learning, so to speak. How we can use ChatGPT to accelerate our learning, to boost and facilitate learning. So in the first series, I have actually shared the so-called useful ChatGPT prompts to accelerate your learning. This actually was inspired by a tweet that I came across on Twitter by Alex Brogan. So he actually shared a series of prompts that we can use to learn when we start to learn something. Or to learn, you want to learn something new or a new topic or new concept. So in the first video, I have shared one prompt that we can use when you want to learn a new concept, new complex concept or topic. So in order to learn a new complex concept, we can use something called mental models. Then we can use ChatGPT to help us to give us example of mental model that we can use. So I have covered this in the first video. So if you missed that, please, you can find the video on my YouTube channel, on the channel World of Imagination. So this is the second video where I want to share a second strategies of learning and how we can use ChatGPT and the prompt that we can use. So before I explain the prompt here and apply this with ChatGPT, let us understand first one of the many strategies that we can use to help us learning. This is what we call active recall. What is active recall? So now I jump to ChatGPT. Now I ask ChatGPT to explain what is active recall. Active recall is a powerful learning techniques that involves actually actively retrieving information from memory rather than passively reviewing or rereading materials. It is a method of self-testing and self-quizzing that enhances long-term retention. So active recall actually will help us to for long-term retention, so that it can retain in our long-term memory and register learning that stick, we say, and improves learning outcomes. The process of active recall typically involves attempting to remember or answer questions, concepts, or information without referring to external resources, because it's already retained here, and we can pull it out when necessary without referring back to the book or any other resources. So this practice forces your brain to actively retrieve and reconstruct knowledge from memory, strengthening the neural connection associated with that information. So these are some of the key principles and benefits of active recall. But I want to just straight away to focus on how do we, or what are the different ways we can do active recall. Yeah. So here we have create flashcard and actively test yourself by recalling the information on each card. Summarize and explain concept or topics in your own words without referring to notes and textbooks. That's another way. The third one here, engage in practice quizzes or self-generated question to test your knowledge. This is the one that I want to focus with the prompt that we can use for ChatGPT for this particular method here, which in this case we will ask ChatGPT to generate a series of questions on the relevant topic where we want to practice active recall. Then we try to answer the questions, and we can ask ChatGPT to ask very kind of thought-provoking challenging questions at different levels of difficulty, so that it can really help us to cover everything that we need to know, we need to understand, we need to remember about that particular topic. So teach or explain concept to others as it requires active retrieval and understanding material. So now we can use the prompt. So this is the prompt that we can use with ChatGPT for active recall activity, where in this case we want to ask ChatGPT to prepare or to generate a series of questions on the particular topic. So this is the prompt. Provide me with a series of challenging questions or problems related to the topic or skill. So here we insert the topic that we want to do the active recall practice to test my understanding and improve long-term retention. So we can copy this prompt and go to ChatGPT, and this one. So provide me with a series of challenging question or problem related to, so I insert the topic. Again, I use blockchain as a topic, as an example, because blockchain is something to me that I really want to understand and remember so that I can explain to others, so remember the facts and so on, to test my understanding and improve long-term retention. So without any problem, ChatGPT give 10 list of 10 challenging questions here. So all we need to do now is to go through one by one and try to answer the questions. If we are not able to answer, then we can of course we can do further reading, we can find other references, or we can even ask ChatGPT to provide us the answer. So when we go through the question one by one, then it can really give us more deeper understanding, and also help us to retain the information and register in our long-term memory. So if 10 questions is not enough, we can simply ask more. Please, we can ask ChatGPT to generate more questions. So within seconds, ChatGPT will come up with the questions that really test our understanding, really test our memory on the certain facts and so on. Then we should be able to really have a good, strong grasp of the topic. So that's what basically active recall. And in this particular case, we use ChatGPT to help us to generate questions, which is one of the active recall method that we can use. Engage in practice quizzes or self-generated questions to test your knowledge. Right, so I think that's about all for this video. How we can use ChatGPT. We can write a prompt. In this case, we ask ChatGPT to help us with active recall activity, to help us to retain information, to understand more about the topic, and ask ChatGPT to generate a list of questions for us to practice answering the questions, so that we can really test ourselves whether we have really understood, we have got all the facts and so on, to be able to explain the topic now to others. Alright, so I hope I have given value for your time, and if you find this video useful, please share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support us, so that we can generate more useful content. Basically, this channel, World of Imagination, will be focusing on anything related to AI and educational content that we generate or we create using AI as a showcase. how we can use AI to create different kind of contents, educational content that we can use for our own learning and also for teaching and learning. All right. So have a nice day. See you in the next video. Assalamualaikum.